On a Friday evening in June, the most powerful AI ever released went dark. For everyone, everywhere, all at once. Not a crash, not a hack. A letter from the United States government. 19 days later, it came back. Changed. What happened in between is the most important AI story of 2026, and almost nobody has told it start to finish. This is the story of the first time in history a government switched off an artificial intelligence. Every date, every quote, every document in this video is sourced. You can check all of it. June 9th. Anthropic releases two models at once, Claude Fable 5 and Claude Mythos 5. The same underlying system, at two levels of restriction. Fable 5 goes to the public, wrapped in safety classifiers. Mythos 5 goes only to a small group of cyber defenders and infrastructure companies working with the US government, under a program called Project Glasswing. Anthropic's own launch page says Fable 5's capabilities exceed those of any model they have ever made generally available. 1 million tokens of context. Within a day, it is the strongest system anyone on Earth can rent. Then, within 72 hours, researchers at Amazon find a crack. They get Fable 5 to read a codebase, flag its software flaws, and, in at least one case, write working exploit code. Cybersecurity guardrails bypassed. And here is where it gets strange. Amazon is Anthropic's largest investor and its cloud host. But instead of just filing a bug report, Amazon's CEO, Andy Jassy, takes it to Washington, directly to the Treasury Secretary. June 12th, Friday, at 5:21 in the afternoon, Eastern Time, a letter arrives at Anthropic, signed by the Secretary of Commerce. The order: suspend access to both models for any foreign national anywhere on Earth, including foreign nationals inside the United States, including Anthropic's own employees. And here is the problem. An API request does not carry a passport. There is no way to sort hundreds of millions of users by nationality. So Anthropic did the only thing that guaranteed compliance. That night, it switched both models off. For everyone. Across the world, apps just stopped. Any product with Fable 5 hard-coded into it started throwing errors in production. Developers spent the weekend ripping out the best model on the market and wiring in fallbacks. Someone even built a status page. Is Fable 5 back.com? For 18 days, the answer was no. One legal tech company, Legion, watched the engine of its product vanish overnight, so it did something no company had ever done. It sued the United States government over an AI model. So, how is this even legal? No court order, no new law, no vote in Congress. Two pieces of existing export machinery aimed at AI for the first time. Piece 1, the is-informed letter. The Bureau of Industry and Security can simply inform a company by letter that a license is now required, effective immediately. No hearing. Piece 2, the deemed export rule. If a foreign national inside the United States accesses controlled technology, legally, that counts as an export to their home country. Put those together, and a single signature on a Friday afternoon can switch off a product for the entire planet. By dinner. Was the threat real? That depends on who you ask. The White House AI advisor said a highly credible partner came forward and that Anthropic's CEO refused to fix the problem. Anthropic tells a different story, that the government offered only verbal evidence of a potential narrow, non-universal jailbreak, and that these capabilities are already available in other publicly accessible models. Both of those cannot be the whole truth. And the one piece of evidence that would settle it, the jailbreak itself, has never been published. And while Fable was dark, the precedent spread. June 26th, OpenAI previews GPT 5.6. 3 new models, Sol, Terra, Luna, but at the request of the White House, they launched to roughly 20 trusted partners on a list shared with the US government. The first time an American AI launch was gated by government before release. OpenAI pushed back in its own announcement, saying this kind of process should not become the long-term default. Legal scholars started using a phrase, a backdoor licensing regime. One policy researcher put it bluntly, AI is licensed now, but the requirements change constantly, and they are always secret. Then, the Thaw. June 26th, a second letter. Mythos 5 comes back, but only for around 100 vetted organizations defending critical infrastructure. Reported members include Apple, Google, Cisco, Nvidia, and Microsoft. Fable 5, still dark. For everyone. 4 more days. Then June 30th. In the evening, Commerce lifts the controls on both models, with conditions. Anthropic agrees to proactively hunt security risks, to coordinate future releases with the government, and to report malicious activity it finds. The kill switch gets holstered. It does not get dismantled. Which brings us to today, July 1st. Fable 5 is rolling out again, worldwide, wrapped in a new classifier built specifically to block the reported jailbreak. In over 99% of cases, by Anthropic's numbers. 19 days after a letter switched it off, the most powerful public AI on Earth is back. But look at how it came back. Coordinated releases, government protocols, conditions. One law professor wrote while it was still down that if Washington is going to treat AI models as assets it can switch on and off, Congress will have to step in. So far, Congress has not. The most important thing that happened in AI this June was not a launch and not a benchmark. It is that everyone found out where the switch is and whose hand is on it. Every frontier model released in America now ships under an unwritten rule. The government is watching, and it can act in hours. That changes this industry more than any model ever could. This is promptly every big AI story told straight with sources. When the next switch flips, we will be here. Subscribe.